Hi, Tom. Happy birthday. 50th birthday, lordy, lordy. It sure beats 40. I tell you, 50 for Tom Young. When you had your heart attack at 33, the bets were probably like 8 to 1 that you would even make it. So I'm so happy that you have. Happy birthday. I wish I could be there with you and celebrate with all your friends and family. Sloan is in Arizona, and Stanton is making a living at school, and I soon have to go and do the same. But in no particular order, here are a number of top Tommyisms, of which no list is sufficient to capture them all, but I will try. Number one has to be saving Amy Nessner on the stormy, windy seas of Chalet on the Lake. That's a biggie. Without you that day, I don't know what would have happened to our wonderful cousin Amy, and I'm sure she'll appreciate that. I don't know that any of the stories link up on exactly what happened that day, but I'm glad you were around. Next, your 21st birthday, when all your friends surprised you coming in from St. Norbert's and threw a big party that I had to clean up so you could make it to the shoe store the next day. And I did. In fact, there was vomit in the second floor bathroom, the gray bathroom, and in it were two quarters, which I always thought pretty interesting. I couldn't tell if it was because we were playing quarters or if it was a tip to whoever cleaned it up. I did clean it up and I did pocket the change. You'll be glad to know that. I also wanted to make a couple notes from your great career in sports. Your catch, second greatest catch ever next to Donna at the St. Vitus game at Marist. Also, the incredible block you made in the St. Mary's Star of the Sea game when you played for Holy Ghost, springing Michael Glenn to an unbelievable run to vault Holy Ghost into the playoffs. That block against St. Mary's Star of the Sea was great because then it meant we got to lose to St. Mary's Star of the Sea in the finals that year. Also, 12-year-old all-star game in Little League. You hit an opposite field home run to start the game for South Holland Little League All Stars, and that was pretty amazing because we always got teased that our field was only 180 feet, and here you are bonking one, leading off the game to the opposite field and a field that was 210 feet fences. So you were jamming it that way, and you were not a particularly powerful hitter, so that was just pretty macho of you, and I admired that. I also admire the fact that once upon a time you had all your friends help you move from college, and you parked the van in the driveway, and you were all so passed out I couldn't get the van out of the driveway. I had to go fishing through all of your keys in your jeans the next morning to try to get the gosh darn van out of the driveway. I tried everything, driving the car around it, driving it through the Ellens, through our basketball court, over the crawls. I just couldn't do it, so I had to go through the keys of all you guys. Back in those days, we didn't have hand sanitizers. That would have been nice. I also still have the message you left for me announcing the birth of your twins, Matthew and Melissa, 20 years ago this month. You were so tickled and delighted, including by the fact that your wife was letting you go to the hockey game that evening, your first day as a father. And a couple other things from the movies. The time you and Joe Winslow went to Empire Strikes Back and read out loud the entire introduction, laughing all the way as loud as you could, reading, chapter 6. And it was really very funny because it was a full house at River Oaks. They were not amused. You were not amused. Another River Oaks movie theater thing was, remember how on the box of popcorn when you'd get the star on the fold and you can get a free box? You got the star and you were all excited and you went up there to get your free box of popcorn, and it turned out that the promotional offer had been canceled months before and you got an old box. And in typical Tommy fashion, you said, got a bad break. But it was pretty amusing, and I always wanted to make you popcorn. Um, at Seton, how you used to clean up after bingo singing Shattered with your drawers down, waxing the floor, going shadooby shadooby for Lenny and Jerry Sita, Mungo Jerry. Lots of good opportunities at Seton. You opened the door for me in a great career of janitoring, Tom. I wanted to thank you. It turned out to be very smart to go to an all-boys school and work at an all-girls school. And I run a nonprofit now, and no experience is more worthwhile and helpful to me as an executive director than having been a janitor. So I followed in your footsteps that way. All I know, Tom, is you have brought a lot of love into the world with your great family, Matthew, Melissa, Mark, Mitchell, and Donna, and of course, Skates. You've always been gracious and generous in your heart, very positive, believe it or not, to all of us. And you've been willing to pick me and my family up anywhere, hotels, sporting events, libraries, airports, train stations, and we really thank you for all your help over the years. So here's to you. I miss you very much. I love you very much. I am still mad that the Blackhawks beat the Flyers for your greatest moment, the Stanley Cup, but I am very pleased for you that you have done everything you can to enjoy that great event, the Stanley Cup. I just can't stand that it was at the expense of my Flyers, but I'll get you for that this year. And let me just say one more thing. Here's to 50 years old, half a century. May you have another 50 years, because it would be really interesting to see what a 100-year-old Tommy looks like in the body of a 144-year-old. God bless you. Happy birthday, and many more. I love you, Tom. We all do. Have a great time. All the best.